So the Mastery Immersion Mastermind, we talk
Mhm.
about body, we talk about mind, we talk about soul. And there's a number of tools that we've gone through over the past year. And I sent you the list yesterday. I said, okay, which of these tools, what are your top three? What do you think the most powerful top three tools that you've taken from that and has made the biggest impact in your life?
Okay, so I'm so glad that you're ignoring the clock and we're going to talk about this
Yes.
because I feel like this one, the business mastermind is easy to say, okay, I'm going to go in, I'm going to be with ladies, we're going to talk about my business is going to grow. The immersion is less practical, it doesn't like automatically click with business and the business purpose. But I will tell you that this, to me, the value of the immersion has been, I believe, far times greater than the business mastermind, because it's personal. It's me. Yes, my business needs to grow, but I will hold my business back if I don't address this. And so I think the immersion is absolutely priceless, absolutely priceless. The number one overarching of the list that you sent obviously was mindfulness. And that's something that I struggle with as a small business owner, a mom of three, all of the stuff that goes with the kids and then the community service. My mind is just like a pinball machine. Like, we're all that way. And trying to come down and just be present is something that I have really struggled with. But I have found that when I can do it, I have so much clarity. I have better family connections. My business makes more sense. The anxiety, the panic, all of that goes away. So that's the number one overarching thing that I've really tried to focus on through the immersion is that mindfulness. And then, the limiting beliefs and things that I thought I'm successful. I've done all these things in my life, checked all these boxes, and didn't realize I had these things in my mind that my mind is telling me that were holding me back. And digging those out is difficult, but once they come out, it's so clear, like, oh, no, that makes sense. And one of my big ones has been money. I have always had, I want to give away my services for free. I mean, honestly, if I could just, money didn't exist, I could give everything away, but obviously that doesn't work. And so that's been a big one in unlocking all of those limiting beliefs around money. Has been huge for me. And my business would not be profitable without doing that hard work. So mindfulness, the limiting beliefs, and then the core calibrations to me, which goes right along with the limiting beliefs and all of those, I'm worthy, I'm significant, I'm enough, those are things we can say, but when you really break it down and analyze, do I really feel that way? And, you'll know. And that was what I found so fascinating when we went through each of those. There were some where I was like, yep, I'm good. And then there were others just saying the word, am I worthy? Almost talking about it right now, brings tears. I'm like, okay, there's something there. And just taking the time to actually force yourself to go through that and then have the support of, 3 or 4 other people in the room who feel the exact same way. You're like, oh, okay, I'm not alone. And this is a thing. And so it has worked deep in me that has given me the confidence to price myself though accordingly, to value myself, to value my business, to value what I'm bringing to the world. And so even though it seems like it's a focus on myself, because it is, it has made my business work because I was holding my business back. And so there you go. There's my thing on the immersion, which I think is priceless. I think it's priceless. And I think everyone, if we could do this, I'll go on a soapbox, but if our children could learn this in schools, if we could do this in our marriages, the world would be a different place. And so I'm all in the immersion corner.
Right. Yes. And you're the one actually, because the Mastery Immersion was just inside CEO Essentials and just for female entrepreneurs, but you're the one that came to me and said, but I want my husband to have this language. I want my employees to have this language. I want my managers to have these words and this knowledge so that we can operate holistically under the same premises and with all the same knowledge. And I thought, that's really, really impactful, and that's impactful in the world. And I'm all about impacting the world. So in 2022, I'm actually opening up the Mastery Immersion Mastermind to anybody that wants, that is called to that type of self-development and self-growth. So it's a really, really, thanks to you, that is now available to everybody, not just female entrepreneurs. And I did want to just touch on one topic. I don't know if anybody's been following my Facebook page. You've seen I've gone through this journey of coming out of the closet about I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, but I'm not a Christian. And that was like coming out of the closet. And I believe that we each have our own spiritual paths. I do believe that our belief system, if it brings us into a state of love, like Jesus taught, then our belief system is correct and true for us. If it takes us out of alignment with love, then it's not the correct path, and find another path. I'm a big proponent of finding your path, whatever that is. So you are a Christian, and you are a beautiful Christian. You live your belief system, and you live with so much integrity and in spirituality, and just your level of spiritual maturity is phenomenal. I love having conversations with you about spirituality and those kind of topics. As a Christian based person, did you find in the mastery immersion stuff, when we started talking about spirituality, we started talking about, because a lot of these principles are spiritual, you talk about mindfulness, that does base itself in spirituality. Did any of it conflict with your Christian belief system? Did you have any problems reconciling that?
So I didn't. And to me, it all goes hand in hand. So every self-help book you'll ever read, every business help book you'll ever read, I'm reading through, and I read a lot of them, and every single one, I'm like, oh, this is based on the Bible. This is based on the Bible. Because I believe there are fundamental truths, right? That carry through our universe, and they're in the Bible, they're in these self-help books, they're in the business help books. And that's really what the immersion mastery is taking those same fundamental beliefs, but digging. And I feel like I've never been afraid to dig. And I had to find my own, I found my own, I had struggles in my life that forced me to really figure out what I believe and why. And I feel like that's what, once you have that, and if you're strong in your faith, I mean, I'm strong in my faith, then digging is what we're called to do. I believe that, the Bible tells us to constantly renew yourself, renew your mind, look inside, check your mind, check your intentions. All of that's in the Bible. And so I never had any issue reconciling any of this. To me, it's all we're called to do. We're meant to improve ourselves. We're meant to find those, and in the limiting beliefs and all of that is just, it's all there. It's all in the Bible. It's all the things of this world that impose on our minds, and the trauma that we go through in this world. It's brought on by this world, and God wants us to move that out of the way. We're supposed to move that out because He has big, great plans for us. Mm-hmm. And He has these blessings and these things He wants to give us, but we as humans are the ones that hold that back. Mm-hmm. And so that's, to me, what the immersion is about, is having the confidence and the faith and the trust to really be able to look inside, mm-hmm. and to see, what am I holding back and what does God have for me?
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. And